Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my 7th standard students to another and interesting session. And today's topic is from your science textbook. And we're starting with a new topic, that is motion, force and work. Now if you see the title, it is comprising of 3 different terms, that is motion, force and work. Now previous standards you have learned about what is the meaning of force, what is motion, what are the different types of motion and what is work. So we will be learning more about them in today's class. So let's get started. So now let us understand and revise what is motion. In a previous standard, we have learned about motion. The normal activities that we do every day, like walking, skating, playing, even breathing, and the planets that are revolving around the sun. All these things are actually in motion, right? Means anything that you see is moving, and if it is changing its shape or direction, means there is motion in that object. So we can define motion as the change of position of an object with respect to time. A book falling off a table, water flowing from the tap, rattling windows, etc. all exhibit motion. Even the air that we breathe exhibits motion. Everything in the universe moves. We live in a universe that is in continuous motion. The motion can either be swift or slow, but motion exists. It is important that we give due attention to the study of motion because it is important in the physical world. So as it is important in our physical world, we need to study about it in detail. So today we are studying more about motion in today's class. Now anything, if you push or you pull, there is force which is applied. So motion is nothing but the force applied to an object in order to change its position or change its state. That means motion is there. Alright. So force क्या है? Force is any push or pull that is applied onto a object in order to set it into motion. Now here there are a few examples of motion. Now let us understand motion clearly with the help of a few examples. Our daily activities like walking, running, closing the door involve motion. There is change of position of the object involved in these activities, right? Position change होती है ना लोगों की, जब हम लोग चलते हैं तो हम लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव हो रहे हैं. If I am opening the door, change हो रहा है हमारे हाथ का direction, door का position change हो रहा है. So, and if I am closing it, again there is motion. Next, the flow of air in and out of our lungs during breathing is also an example of motion. The automobiles that carry passengers from one place to another or pick up from the destination possesses motion. In this case, the position of passenger is changed from one place to another. Yes, जब हम लोग travel करते हैं vehicles के अंदर, तो हम जब बैठते हैं गाड़ी में तो हमारी position अलग होती है. Because of the motion of the vehicle, your body is again moved to another path, right? So there is motion taking place because of the vehicle which is moving. So I hope with these examples, this topic of motion is clear to you all. Now let's understand what is distance. Distance is very simple. Distance is the total amount of movement of an object without any regard to direction. मतलब हम लोग कितना चल रहे हैं या कितना मूव हो रहा है विदाउट नोइंग द डायरेक्शन. डायरेक्शन की होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, पता होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. सिर्फ हम लोगों को पता होना चाहिए कि हम लोग कितना चल रहे हैं या फिर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट कितना मूव हो रहा है. We can define distance as how much ground an object has covered despite its starting or ending point. Means हम लोग कितना चल रहे हैं या फिर कोई एनिमल कितना चल रहा है वो उसका डिस्टेंस होगा. ठीक है. Let us understand the concept of distance with the help of the following diagram. Here you can see this boy. He is riding his bicycle. from this point A to the point B to the point C. Means first he is moving from the tree to house, towards the house 4 meters, and from the house again to the tree 3 meters. Okay, so what is he doing is he is covering a distance from A to C like this. Okay, the arrows that you see from A to B, B to C. So distance can be defined as the length of the route actually transfers by a moving body, irrespective of its direction, is called distance. Distance is a scalar quantity. Now, I hope the concept of distance is clear to you all. How they are taking the route, which length is that boy covering, how much length is he covering, by which route he is taking, कौन से route में वो चल रहा है, कितनी length cover कर रहा है, वो उसका distance है of that body. Now you need not know the direction. Direction का मालूम होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. And always remember that distance is a scalar quantity. Now distance is a scalar quantity. You have learned this in your previous class also, that is measurement of physical quantities, where we learned the difference between scalar and vector quantities. And if you do not remember, let us first understand displacement, and then I will show you the meaning of scalar and vector quantity. Now, how is displacement defined? Now, these are two terms, distance and displacement, which are similar also, and there is a slight difference that you have to remember. Okay, displacement means अगर कोई चीज हम लोग कहीं से उठाकर कहीं पे रखते हैं तो उससे हम लोग कहते हैं displacement होना. If I am picking up a duster and if I am keeping it from one point to the other, that is called as the displacement. Now here there is an example which helps us to understand displacement of a point of an object. Displacement is defined as the change in position of an object. Now agar this boy, if he is moving from A to B and B to C, okay, so what is the displacement? From A to C he has moved. But if he is moving from A to B, B to C, C to D and again towards A, so he has reached its initial position only. वो वहीं से स्टार्ट किया था, वहीं पर उसने एंड किया, मतलब वहां पर उसकी बॉडी कहीं पर भी मूव नहीं हुई है. ठीक है. नाउ इफ यू ऑल मस्ट बी वंडरिंग कि वो तो मूव हुआ था, बट अगर देखा जाएगा अभी, इफ आई एम जस्ट लुकिंग एट हिम नाउ, आई कैन नॉट मेक आउट कि वेदर ही हैज मूव्ड और नॉट. वो तो हम लोगों ने उसको वहीं देखे थे, अब उसने जरा भी मूव नहीं हुआ है. ठीक है. तो that shows that there is no displacement. अगर वो एक feet भी अगर चलता है, if he moves one step also ahead, that means that his body has been displaced from the position where he was initially standing. So there has to be change in position. अगर change in position हुआ है वो object का, means displacement हुआ है. ठीक है. So it is a vector quantity. Now why do I say vector quantity? Because the direction and magnitude matters. Here इसके अंदर किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है वो भी हम लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. It is represented as an arrow that points from the starting position to the final position. For example, if an object moves from A position to B, then the object's position changes. Yes, A से B जा रहा है तो उसकी position change हो गई. This change in position of an object is known as displacement. Now see this B, it is moving anyhow in any direction, but it is covering where it is stopping. It is stopping at a point B. So how much has this B traveled? He has traveled. उसकी body displace हुई नहीं हुई, उसकी body displace हुई है. ठीक है, from A to B. So it has traveled a distance also and its body got displaced as well. तो दोनों चीजें different है. ठीक है. So displacement is the minimum distance traveled. अब ये जो B है, ये एक minimum distance travel कर रही है because it is moving from one place to the other. Okay, so the minimum distance travels by a moving body in one direction from the original point to reach the final point is called displacement. ठीक है. तो from point A to C जब उसकी body move होती है, from initial point क्या था A और फाइनल पॉइंट क्या है B, तो ये जो डिस्टेंस मूव होता है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं डिस्प्लेसमेंट. Okay, so here in this picture there are 2 points and the length between the two
points that has been covered is known as the distance. Now, if I have to travel from town A to town B, and there is a road where construction is going on, and I have to take a longer route, which because of which my distance has increased, right? And after the work has been completed, the distance that we covered will be measured in terms of meters. Okay, the unit is meters with a small m. Now the distance that we covered was earlier was 20,000 meters, whereas because of the work going on, we had to travel 50,000 meters. But we do not like such huge numbers, so we will convert it into kilometers. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So we had to travel 20 kilometers, but we traveled how much? We completed 50 kilometers. So with this, do you know whether distance is a scalar or a vector quantity? Here we do not know that we travel 20 kilometers in which direction, right? It could be any direction. So here this 20 kilometer direction has not been specified. It could be anywhere. So that is the reason distance is a scalar quantity. Which brings us to displacement. Displacement means distance with direction. Now again with the same example that we traveled from town A to town B, from the long route that we had taken, that was 50 kilometers, the time required was more as compared to the smaller route, right? The time required for completing 50 kilometers was more, and we moved towards the north direction. Now here we are mentioning that we moved 20 kilometers north from the home. Okay, and here distance is measured 20 kilometers, and we also know the direction, and hence here direction is specified, and that is the reason displacement becomes a vector quantity. So displacement is a combination where you have distance and direction given to you both. Okay, and with which you understand that displacement is a vector quantity.
This brings us to another interesting topic. What is speed? Now let us understand what is. Here you can see that vehicles are there are many cars which are moving very fast and they're speeding, right? We tend to use this word, uski speed itni fast thi, he was running so fast, the car moved so fast, right? Or he was not, the cycle was moving very slowly as compared to the bus, right? So we often use this word speed कि वो गाड़ी की speed बहुत ज़्यादा है ना? So what exactly is the meaning of speed? Speed is the rate of change of position. अब अभी याद रखो कि यहाँ पर सब चीज चेंज ऑफ पोजीशन के बारे में ही बात करेंगे. कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जब एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पर उसकी पोजीशन चेंज हो रही है विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, कितने टाइम में उसको वो कवर कर रहा है वो डिस्टेंस वो बॉडी, उसे कहते हैं स्पीड. द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ पोजीशन ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट इन एनी डायरेक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज स्पीड. It is measured as the ratio of distance to the time in which the distance was covered. Speed is a scalar quantity as it has only direction and no magnitude. Speed का formula है speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance is very simple to understand. We have learned in the very beginning कि distance क्या है, तो आप लोगों को अभी confusion नहीं होना चाहिए. If I have a car, if I start my car from my home to the school, मेरे home is my starting point, and my vehicle is covering a distance from my house to the school, right? Distance cover कर रही है ना car. अब वो कितने टाइम में उतना डिस्टेंस कवर कर रही है उससे हमें स्पीड पता चलता है. ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज स्पीड. सो यू नीड टू नो कि जो फॉर्मूला में स्पीड है, डिस्टेंस है, टाइम है, इसके यूनिट्स क्या है. ठीक है, सो वेयर एस is the speed which is in term with the unit is meter per second. D is the distance traveled in meters and T is the time taken in seconds. Alright. So I hope the concept of speed is clear to you all. Now I was repeating again and again what is scalar quantity. That distance is a scalar quantity, speed is a scalar quantity, and displacement is a vector quantity, right? So what is the meaning of scalar quantity? Now when you observe an object like a car. It is moving, but you do not need to know कि किस direction में वो move हो रही है. हम लोगों को सिर्फ important है कि वो move हो रही है. अगर सिर्फ इतना पता है तो वो quantity scalar quantity है. So a scalar quantity is a quantity that is fully described by a magnitude only. It is described by just a single number. Some examples of scalar quantities include speed, volume, mass, and time. Now, what is vector quantity? A vector quantity is a quantity that has both a magnitude and a direction. Vector quantities are important in the study of motion. Some examples of vector quantities include force, velocity, acceleration, and momentum.
This image. Now there are two balls which are moving, and how will we come to know whether which one is moving faster, right? So here is an image of two. There are two objects, object one and object two. You have to look and observe which one is moving faster. Okay. Now if you notice, object one is moving faster and object two lags behind, right? And because of which we come to know that the speed of object 1 is greater and the speed of object 2 is lesser. Okay, so this speed is something which tells us how fast something is moving. Okay, now speed, as I told you, it helps us to understand how fast things move. So to find out speed, you need to know the distance and time required. Okay, so how much distance this car is traveling and how much time does it take. Now, if you notice, the car is moving in a straight line, that is a rectilinear motion. The time taken to cover is 30 seconds, whereas the red car, which is here, is moving along the same straight line. Okay, but the time taken by this car is 40 seconds. Okay, so there is a difference in time which will help us understand. Now the distance is the same for both the vehicles. So we need to know whether which car has covered, had a greater speed. Okay, so obviously time required less was by the blue car, and hence the speed of blue car was much more. Let us assume that the path length was 420 meters for both the cars, and the time taken is different. So if we will calculate the total distance upon total time taken, it will give you the speed of the cars. Okay, so as you know that the speed of the red car is 10.5 meter per second, and for blue it is 40 meter per second. So we come to know that the speed of the blue car is much greater. Okay, understood? Now with this, I hope you all have understood how you can find out the speed also, and what are the things required to find the speed of a given object. Okay.
The next and a very interesting part is velocity. Now, what exactly is velocity? If you have understood the concept of speed, you will understand what is velocity. Speed में हम लोग क्या डिस्कस कर रहे थे? The rate of change of position of an object irrespective of its direction. कितने टाइम में वो डिस्टेंस कवर कर रहा है, डिस्टेंस की जरूरत नहीं थी. बट velocity में it is defined as the rate of change of object's position with respect to the frame of reference and time. Means कौन सी direction में वो move हो रही थी vehicle, वो भी information पता होनी चाहिए. That gives us the velocity of the object. It is a vector quantity, which means we need both magnitude, that is the speed of the object, and the direction to define velocity. The SI unit of it is meter per second. If there is any change in magnitude or the direction in the velocity of a body, the body is said to be accelerating. अगर इसमें कुछ भी difference होगा, means उसकी speed बढ़ रही है या कम हो रही है, तो we say that the body is accelerating. This is another term which we will learn in the next coming class. Okay. So in short, we can say velocity is the distance traversed by a body in a specific direction in unit time. तीन चीज याद रखेंगे, डिस्टेंस, डायरेक्शन एंड टाइम, वेलोसिटी. ठीक है. So velocity of the body can be calculated by the given formula here. Velocity is equal to displacement upon time taken for the displacement. Okay, understood everybody? This formula you need to know. You need to know the definition of speed, velocity, and you need to know what is a scalar and a vector quantity.
We have seen previously that speed is the amount of distance covered in a given amount of time. It's nothing but distance covered over the time taken to cover that distance. Simply put, it tells us how fast an object moves. Also, if we know the speed and the time taken to cover a distance, we can easily find the distance covered. So if I tell you that I traveled at a speed of 50 meters per second for 1 minute, can you tell me how much distance I covered? I am sure you've come up with the answer. I have covered a total distance of 3,000 meters. But if I covered 3,000 meters from this point, am I here or over there? You had no clue as to which direction I headed off. This tells us something interesting. Speed offers only the magnitude, making it what we call in physics a scalar quantity. It doesn't specify the direction. It just tells us how much ground is covered in unit time, regardless of the direction traveled. Scalar quantities have only magnitude and do not specify direction. Do you remember the difference between distance and displacement? Distance just tells us the distance covered, but displacement is distance with direction. Say the distance between towns A and B is 20 kilometers. So if we take a 50-kilometer route from point A to B like this, then the distance covered is 50 kilometers and the displacement is 20 kilometers north of point A. So speed does not tell us the direction. Is there anything that tells us the speed along with direction? Yes, it's velocity, which can be written as lowercase v. Let's see how it differs from speed. What if I tell you that I traveled north at a speed of 50 meters per second for 1 minute? Would you be able to tell me where I landed up? Yes, you would know I have covered a total distance of 3,000 meters and landed up at this point. Velocity is speed with direction of motion. As such, velocity is direction aware. So when you mention velocity, you must keep track of direction. Something like the car moved south at 55 miles per hour. If you do not mention the direction and just say the car moved at 55 miles per hour, you're not stating the velocity anymore. What you are stating is the speed. What do you think is the unit of measurement for velocity? The unit of measurement for velocity, just like speed, is meters per second. Now you might ask, why meters per second? The cars we drive indicate speed in miles per hour or kilometers per hour. So why is the unit for velocity meters per second? The established SI unit of measurement for velocity is meters per second. And SI stands for International System of Units. This helps everyone in the world adhere to one common style of measurement. Imagine the confusion created with different measures like miles and kilometers, gallons and liters, US gallons and imperial gallons, etc. Incidentally, speed and velocity are both measured in meters per second. But do you remember which one is a scalar quantity and which one is a vector quantity? Yes, speed is a scalar quantity and the velocity is a vector quantity as the direction is also specified. Now let me ask you an interesting question. What is average velocity? To make it a bit easier for you, let's look at the example we looked at in our first video on motion. You have to travel 20 kilometers up north. But because of the roadworks, you took an alternative path which totaled 50 kilometers and you took 2 hours to reach the destination. This was your path of travel. Let's make 2 columns here. One for average speed and another for average velocity. Do you remember how we calculated average speed? Yes, it is the total distance covered over the total time taken. So 50 over 2 will give us 25 kilometers per hour as the average speed. Now what will be the average velocity here? The average velocity depends only on the start and end points regardless of path taken. Do you remember we had learned about displacement? So the average velocity equals displacement over time. What is the displacement here? It's 20 kilometers up north. Distance with direction. So the average velocity will equal 20 kilometers over 2 hours, which will equal 10 kilometers per hour. That's the concept of average velocity. So if you think you've really understood this concept, here's a question for you. You are a Formula 1 race car driver. You had a great race and finished the 300 kilometers race in 1 hour and 40 minutes at number 1 position. What was your average velocity? Okay, if you didn't get it, let me give you a hint. This was your start point and finish line as well. They were both the same. You went around the track several times only to eventually finish at the same point where you started. So tell me now, what was your average velocity? First, can you tell me what your displacement is? You started and finished at the same point. So your displacement is 0. 0 divided by the time taken, which is 1 hour 40 minutes, equals 0. That puts your average velocity for the race today at 0 meters per second. If, however, you were trying to calculate the speed you drove at, that would be a different answer. Try and work it out. So now let me ask you another question. I was also in the race and you probably didn't notice me because I finished last. I took 3 hours to finish. What was my average velocity? That's correct. 0 again.
So in short, we can say that there is a difference between speed and velocity. What is meant by the terms? Speed. Speed is just how fast you are going with no regards to the direction. हमारी गाड़ी कितनी फास्ट चल रही है वो ही हमारी स्पीड बताता है. Velocity is you must have the direction specified as well as the speed. ठीक है, तो कौन से डायरेक्शन में कितनी स्पीड से कितना टाइम लग रहा है, that gives you the velocity of the object. So here there is a very simple example of speed and velocity. Speed is simply how fast you are traveling. This car is traveling at a speed of 20 meter per second. Velocity is speed given in direction, means you will have an extra information of the direction. This car is traveling at a velocity of 20 meter per second east. ठीक है, उसका डिस्टेंस, उसका टाइम दिया है उसने हम लोगों को, बट उसके साथ साथ हम लोगों को मेंशन भी कर रहा है कि कौन से डायरेक्शन में वो मूव हो रही है, दैट इज ईस्ट. The next and a very interesting part is differences between average velocity and instantaneous velocity. अब आप लोगों को velocity का मतलब तो समझ में आ गया, ठीक है. Velocity means the change in the position of an object with respect to the direction and time. ठीक है. अब जब एक object move होता है, you can see this diagram here. If the object is moving with a particular speed from point 0 to A, ठीक है. अब इसके अंदर उसकी स्पीड कुछ भी हो सकती है, ठीक है. हम लोग अगर वेलोसिटी बोलते हैं तो स्पीड हम लोग एज अ होल कंसिडर करते हैं, ठीक है. बट हियर इन इंस्टेंटेनियस वेलोसिटी मींस एक पार्ट में उसकी वेलोसिटी कितनी थी, उसकी स्पीड कितनी थी. सपोज पहले 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड थी, उसके बाद 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड हुई, उसके बाद 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड हुई, फिर 50 मीटर्स पर सेकेंड हो गई. सो दैट वे द वेलोसिटी इज चेंजिंग इन ईच डिफरेंट पार्ट, बट एज एन होल, ठीक है. जब हम लोग सबको प्लस करके डिवाइड करते हैं तो हम लोग को उसका एवरेज मिलता है, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द एवरेज वेलोसिटी. एज अ होल वो हम लोग कंसिडर करते हैं. तो एवरेज वेलोसिटी इज डिफरेंट, एंड इंस्टेंटेनियस वेलोसिटी मींस वो छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स के जो वेलोसिटी है उसे हम लोग कहते हैं इंस्टेंटेनियस वेलोसिटी. सो इट हैज द स्पीड एंड डायरेक्शन ऑफ द मूविंग ऑब्जेक्ट एट अ सर्टेन मूवमेंट, कि उतने टाइम में उतनी जगह पर उसकी स्पीड कितनी थी, वो इंस्टेंटेनियस वेलोसिटी है, ठीक है। सो आई होप विद दिस what is average velocity, what is instantaneous velocity, is this concept is clear to you all. So I hope this part of the chapter is quite clear to you. In the next coming period we'll be learning something new and interesting. Till then, thank you. If you like the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and view the videos that we had today for you. And please do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you remain updated with all the latest videos that we'll be making for our dear students.
I hope this session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.